Time Walk with Me.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Time Walk with me. The audio might be a little bit worse today because I'm just using this camera audio. Usually I use a better microphone, but I don't have one for this camera. Well, I have one, but it's not connected. Anyway, here we have Bloomborough. It finally came, my Squirreled Away pre-constructed deck. Let's check out what's in this little guy together. Open her up. Alright, we got our tokens and stuff. Yeah, there's our tokens and stuff. And here is the deck itself. And here is a little insert. And here's a box. Let's make that box. There we go. Don't like how they bend this all the way back. It's not supposed to be bent that way. Dang it. And here's our extra special bonus collector booster sample pack. Let's open that up to reveal what we get. We got nothing. Ooh, nothing. We've got the odd acorn gang. Ooh, it's a mythic. 5/5 Menace Trample Reach. Squirrels you control have tap. Target squirrel gets +2/+2 and gains trample until end of turn. Activate only as a sorcery. And whenever one or more squirrels you control deal damage to a player, draw a card. Nice. Okay. And Shoreline Looter. Oh, it's an uncommon. That's a little weird. 1/1, can't be blocked, costs 2 mana. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, draw a card, then discard a card unless 7 or more cards are in your graveyard. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Alright, we'll have some more lights on now that I need to see. Okay, let's open this thing up piece by piece. This deck came very late. I pre-ordered it in like June. I think it was about June. Okay, get all that out of here. Plastic. Alright, here we have Hazel of the Root Bloom. 3/5, tap, pay 2 life, tap X untapped tokens you control. Add X mana of in any combination of colors. That's nice. At the beginning of your end step, create a token that's a copy of target token you control. If that token is a squirrel, instead create 2 tokens that are copies of it. Very cool. There, the Odd Acorn Gang. Now I got 2 of them, but this one's a full art and this one is a foil, so they're both special. Don't need to read that again. Garrick, Cursed Something. Huntsman, probably? I don't know. Dude, you're in the way of your own card. There we go. We're zoomed in now. So, 0, create 2 2/2 black and green wolf creature tokens with when this creature dies. Put a loyalty counter on each Garrick you control. Oh, that's interesting. -3, destroy target creature, draw a card. -6, you get an emblem with creatures you control, get +3/+3 and have trample. Oh, so it gives you an overrun emblem. Ooh, look at those colors. Okay. Chittering Witch. 2/2. She enters the battlefield. What happened to the battlefield? Why do they just enter? Are they getting lazy about their wordings now? Create a number of 1/1 black rat tokens equal to the number of opponents you have. And one of any, a black sack a creature. Target creature gets -2/-2 until end of turn. Nice, it's not a tap ability, so that can end up doing some cool stuff. Insatiable Frugivore. When it enters, create a 2/4. Not flying. Oh, it's a rat, not a bat. Okay. 2/4 for 4. When it enters, create a food token, then you can exile 3 cards from your graveyard. If you do, repeat this process. Interesting. And then 4 mana, sacrifice X foods, creatures you control get +X/+0, and gain menace until end of turn. Cool, cool. Moonstone Eulogist. 4/4 for 5 mana, flying. And when a creature an opponent controls dies, you create a blood token. So you get the blood of your opponent's dead creatures. Scary. Whenever you sacrifice an artifact, put a +1/+1 counter on Moonstone Eulogist, and you gain 1 life. Oh, nice. So that counts for treasures, foods, and bloods. Swarmyard Massacre. Sorcery, 5 mana, create 2 green 1/1 squirrel creature tokens. Then each creature that isn't an insect, rat, spider, or squirrel gets -1/-1 until end of turn for each creature you control that's an insect, rat, spider, or squirrel. Okay, so you got to make sure you have all the insects, rats, spiders, and squirrels. Okay. Hazel's Brewmaster. 3/4. Oh, and Hazel. Hazel's Brewmaster, and that's Hazel herself right there. 3/4 menace. When she enters or attacks, exile up to 1 target card from any graveyard and create a food token. Nice. Food you control have all activated abilities of all creature cards exiled with Hazel's Brewmaster. Oh, that's kind of cool. So your food becomes really powerful. Woe Strider. Whoa, Strider. 3/2 for 3. Okay, when it enters, create a 0/1 white goat. Sacrifice another creature, scry 1. Nice. It has escape, and it escapes with 2 +1/+1 counters. Okay. Nice, a nice little sacrifice outlet there. Kind of like, I forgot what that card is, but I'll put the name of it up. Alright, destroy target creature. Oh, this is Saw in Half. Yeah, we know about Saw in Half. I have one of these from, whatchamacallit set. Destroy target creature. If that creature dies this way, well, of course, well, I guess they don't always die. Its creature creates 2 tokens that are copies of that creature, except their power is half rounded up, and the toughness is half rounded up. Very cool. Very good card. Happy to have another one of those. Ogre Slumlord. 3/3. When another non-token creature dies, whenever another non-token creature dies, so not him, you may create a 1/1 black rat creature token, and rats have Death Touch. So this isn't just a squirrel deck. Decree of Pain. Destroy all creatures that can't be regenerated. Draw a card for each creature destroyed this way. Nice. And when you cycle it, all creatures get -2/-2 until end of turn. That's not really great for this deck because my creatures are a lot of small tokens. Gourmand's Talent. During your turn, artifacts you control are food in addition to their other types. Okay, so all your artifacts can be eaten. And have 2 of any tap, sacrifice, gain 3 life. Yeah. Whenever you gain life for the first time each turn, create a 3/3 green raccoon. Whenever you gain life for the first time each turn, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Not bad. Rootcast Apprenticeship. Choose 3. You may choose the same mode more than once. Oh, I like those. Put 2 +1/+1 counters on target creature. Create a token that's a copy of target token you control. Oh, nice. Target player creates a 1/1 green squirrel creature token. Oh, you can give that token to someone else then. Target opponent sacrifices a non-token artifact. Very cool. So you could put 6 +1/+1 counters on 1 creature for 4 mana. I think that's a good deal. Good rate. Scurry of Squirrels. 2/2 Myriad. Oh, wow. So when it attacks, you get 2 of it for every opponent you have tapped and attacking them. Whenever Scurry of Squirrels deals combat damage to a player, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. That's cool. Endray's Forerunners. 7/7 Vigilance, Trample, Haste. When it enters the battlefield, other creatures you control get +2/+2 and gain Vigilance and Trample until end of turn. Nice. That's maybe a game ender there. Arasta of the Endless Web. 3/5 Reach. When an opponent casts an instant or sorcery, create a 1/2 green spider creature token with Reach. Nice. Good against spell slingers. Deep Forest Hermit. Oh, I've got at least one of these. 1/1 Vanishing 3. When it enters the battlefield, create 4 1/1 squirrels, and squirrels you control get +1/+1. Nice. Toski, Bearer of Secrets. I have one of him too. 1/1 can't be countered, indestructible, attacks each combat if able. And whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. That's a good green card draw there. Beastmaster Ascension. Whenever a creature you control attacks, you can put a quest counter on it. And as long as it has 7 or more quest counters, creatures you control get +5/+5. Nice. So 5 attacks, and your creatures get very beefy. Second harvest. For each token you control, create a token that's a copy of that permanent. Nice. Shamanic. I had struggled with this card before in a recent deck. Shamanic Revelation. That's what I'm going to say. Draw a card for each creature you control, and you gain 4 life for each creature you control with power 4 or greater. Cool. Chatterfang, Squirrel General. This is a bit of a money card, I think. 3/3 Forest Walk. 1 or more tokens will be created under your control. Those tokens plus that many 1/1 green squirrel token are created instead. Nice. So not just one additional, but that many. Awesome. And a black, sacrifice X squirrels. Target creature gets +X/+X till end of turn. +X minus X. So that could be used offensively or defensively. Casualties of War. Choose 1 or more. Destroy target artifact. Oh, this is like, it's like a very mini Farewell. Destroy an artifact, creature, enchantment, land, planeswalker. I like it. Very nice. Windgrace's Judgment. For any number of opponents, destroy target non-land permanent that player controls. That's not bad. Pretty good, in fact. Oh, here's the big reprint of this set, of this deck. Maskwood Nexus. Creatures you control are every creature type. Same is true for creature spells you control and creature cards you own that aren't on the battlefield. 3 of any, tap it, create a 2/2 blue shapeshifter with Changeling. Very cool. Oh, Academy Manufactor. There's another one. These are like the big things here. If you would create a clue, food, or treasure token, instead create 1 of each. Very awesome. Temple of Milady. Enter the battlefield tapped, blah blah blah. Woodland Cemetery. Yep. Necroblossom Snarl. Very cool. Oran Reef the Vastwood. Tap, put a +1/+1 counter on each green creature, then enter the battlefield this turn. That's very nice. Swarmyar, that's a nice one. Tap, regenerate target insect, rat, spider, or squirrel. This deck is full of those. Exotic Orchard, of course, has to be one of those. Llanowar Wastes, can deal a damage to you, give you some mana. Sacrifice a creature, draw a card, Grim Backwoods. Nice. Viridescent Bog, 1 of any tap, add some mana. Nice. Twilight Mire. Nice. Gilded Goose. Oh, this is a cool card. 0/2 for 1. Flying. When it enters the battlefield, create a food. Then you can create a food for 2 mana and tap it. Tap it, sacrifice a food, add 1 mana of any color. Very cool. Chitter Splitter. Oh, this is a fun one. Beginning of your upkeep, you can sacrifice a token. If you do, put an acorn counter on it. Squirrels you control get +1/+1 for each acorn counter on Chitter Splitter. And 1 green tap, create a 1/1 green squirrel token. Cool. Maelstrom Pulse. Destroy target non-land permanent and all permanents with the same name as that permanent. Oh, good. Sort of an anti-counter token, anti-token card. Idol of Oblivion. Tap, draw a card. Activate only if you've created a token this turn, and you can sacrifice it for a bunch of mana. Create a 10/10. Nice. Beladros Witherbloom. 4/4 flying for 7 mana. At the beginning of each upkeep, so each player's upkeep, create a 1/1 black and green pest with when this creature dies, you gain 1 life. Pay 10 life. Untap all lands you control. Activate only once each turn. Nice. Good stuff. Sword of the Squeak. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each creature you control with base power or toughness 1. Whenever a hamster, mouse, rat, or squirrel you control enters, you may attach Sword of Squeak to that creature. For each creature you control. Nice. Okay. That's cool. Morbid Opportunist. 1/3. Whenever 1 or more creatures die, draw a card. Triggers only once each turn. Plague Crafter. When it enters, each player sacrifices a creature or planeswalker. Each player who can't discards a card. Nadier's Nightblade, or Nadier's Nightblade. Something like that. Whenever a token you control leaves the battlefield, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Nice. Plumb the Forbidden. Oh, these are uncommons. I don't know if I should... Yeah, whatever. I'm going to read them. As an additional cost to cast the spell, you may sacrifice 1 or more creatures. When you do, copy the spell for each creature sacrificed this way. You draw a card and you lose 1 life. Oh, that's cool. Bastion of Remembrance. When it enters, make a 1/1 white human soldier creature token. That's a little weird for this deck. Whenever a creature you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Cool. I guess that's the main thing that's for. Cash Grab. That's a little ironic, Wizards, don't you think? Mill 4 cards. You may put a permanent from among these into your hand. If you control a squirrel, or return a squirrel card to your hand this way, create a food token. Interesting. Chatterstorm. Create a 1/1 squirrel and storm. Cool. Moldervine Reclamation. Whenever a creature you control dies, you gain 1 life and draw a card. Nice. Poison Tip Archer. 2/3. Reach Death Touch. Whenever another creature, dies, each opponent loses 1 life. Ravenous Squirrel. Whenever you sacrifice an artifact or creature, put a +1/+1 counter on Ravenous Squirrel so he eats whatever you sacrifice. And some mana. Sacrifice an artifact or creature, you gain 1 life and draw a card. Nice. Skyfisher Spider. 3/3. Reach. When he enters, you can sacrifice another creature. When you do, destroy target non-land permanent. When he dies, you can gain 1 life for each creature card in your graveyard. If you do, exile it from your graveyard. Binding the Old Gods. I think I have a few of these. Destroy target non-land permanent an opponent controls. That's pretty good. Search a library for a forest. Put it on the battlefield tapped. And creatures you control gain Death Touch until end of turn. Alright, not bad. Golgari Rot Farm. Yep, I like these. Bounce lands. Jungle Hollow. Enters tapped. You gain 1 life. Haunted Mire. It's a swamp forest. Nested Shambler. It's a common. 1/1. When he dies, you get a squirrel for every 1 of its power. Deadly Dispute. Draw 2 cards. Create a treasure token. Sacrifice something. Zulaport Cutthroat, 1/1. When he or another creature you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Alright. Squirrel Sovereign. Oh, that's cool. Other squirrels you control get +1/+1, so it's like a squirrel lord. Prosperous Innkeeper, 1/1. When he enters, create a treasure. And whenever another creature you control enters, you gain 1 life. That's cool. Haywire Might. When he dies, you gain 2 life, and you can sacrifice him to exile a non-creature artifact or non-creature enchantment. Tireless Provisioner. Whenever a land you control enters, create a food or a treasure. Nice, I like that one. It's uncommon. Yeah, it's good. Squirrel Nest. That's a fun card. I always like that one. Enchanted land, can tap to create a squirrel. Honored Dray Leader. 1/1 trample. When he enters, put a +1/+1 counter on it for each squirrel and or food you control. And whenever something enters, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Okay. Tear Asunder. 2 mana with a kicker of 2 mana. Exile target artifact or enchantment. If the spell was kicked, exile target non-land permanent instead. Nice. Wolf Willow Haven. Enchant land. The land taps for an additional green. And 5 mana, sacrifice it, make a 2/2 wolf. But only during your turn. Putrefy. Destroy target artifact or creature. It can't be regenerated. Arcane Signet. There we go. There's Arcane Signet. And I'm expecting a Soul Ring in here. Oh, I think I saw something really good. We'll pretend we didn't see it, though. Golgari Signet. Yep, pretty good. Talisman of Resilience. Yep, that's pretty good. Soul Ring. There it is. There's my Soul Ring. Skull Clamp. That's the one that I didn't see. La la la. Skull Clamp. It's a good card. Terramorphic Expanse. I've got so many of these. Path of Ancestry. That's a good one. Evolving Wilds. Yep. Command Tower. Yep. Tranquil Thicket. I think Bajuka Bog. There's a staple if I ever seen one. Tainted Wood. Wouldn't want to have a case of that. Barren Moor. Swamps. forests, and tokens. Excellent. There we go. That is Squirreled Away. I'm going to put it in the box right now. It'll be in its home. He is not too good for his home, unlike Happy Gilmore's golf ball. There we go. See you next time.